Our opinion is, that this didn't impact the game. We had a good team. We won the World Series, and we'll leave it at that.
Did you say you feel like this didn't impact the game? And what do you mean by that?
I didn't say it didn't impact the game.
That's Astros owner Jim Crane. An absolute debacle yesterday. Expected from him. But the Astros owner, Jim Crane, getting up there, talking about the Astros sign-stealing scandal, which they won the World Series in 2017. Only World Series in franchise history, mind you. And it's come out that they had some cameras out there that were stealing signs and stealing pitches, and they'd bang on a trash can in the clubhouse that would then tell the batter what pitch was coming, which if in baseball you know what pitch is coming, that makes it a lot easier. Still hard to hit a baseball, but if you know what's coming, it's that much easier. But I can only imagine what the Astros PR was telling the Astros owner, Jim Crane, to do. I would imagine the conversation went like this.
You got to apologize.
Fine.
Oh, what are you going to go? Are you going to go in begrudgingly, or are you going to go in sincere?
Begrudgingly.
Oh, you can't give a begrudging apology. You got to give a sincere apology.
I'll go somewhere between begrudging and sincere. How's that?
Somewhere between? Where between?
I'll straddle the line.
What kind of line?
It's not completely sincere, and it's not completely begrudging.
And that's what happened. It came across very poorly, and now this story is going to continue and continue. Instead of just saying, you know what, we're sorry. We screwed up. We own it. We're sorry. Instead, no, it wasn't cheating. We still won. We had a great team. We would have won without. What a mess. You know who knows this stuff inside and out is Roshini Rajkumar. She's an executive coach, and she's a speaker. She obviously hosts here at WCCO Real Talk with Roshini. Roshini is on the CenterPoint Energy Home Service Plus hotline. What a mess yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. It's beyond a mess. The Astros were a sinking ship when this thing broke. Now they're the Titanic, as far as I'm concerned.
What should the Astros have done?
Oh, my gosh. They could have almost done anything, and it would have been better than what they did. But, America loves a comeback story. America also really, Cory, likes an apology, one that is sincere. We have seen the country forgive people and teams and groups and companies for a number of things, as long as it is a sincere and true apology. This was so insulting to our intelligence and to our very fanness when it comes to being fans of baseball.
And I look at like Marwin Gonzalez for the Twins the day earlier. He was a part of that Astros team, and he was interviewed the day earlier at Twins spring training and said the exact same things you're talking about. He just said, look, I own it. I was a part of that, and I'm really sorry. And we apologize to everyone that it affected. We didn't really know how much we were affecting everybody else by this, and I'm sorry, and he owned it, and I thought, that's pretty good. That's probably what, the Astros should do.
Yeah, the Astros really, management should have taken, and ownership should have taken a lesson from something like that. I mean, there's really no way around this. I mean, there's no mistake here. This stuff happened. The investigation was very thorough. It's very sad. It does affect the game of baseball, whether you're a fan, but certainly the other players and the teams. I've heard Twins pitchers talk about this. They kind of have to control themselves to cover some of their anger as to what this team did to the sport of baseball.
Roshini, if what can the Astros do from here? Is there anything they can do? And I guess this isn't just limited to baseball, but like if a company does this, they screw up their first apology, what should they do from here?
Yeah, and that's a really hard thing because we've seen that happen before where that first release, whether it's in print or a press conference or, this kind of thing that this guy, it is hard to have that second apology and then at the same time have it be effective or really mean anything. But you know what? You can continue to try to be transparent and say, look, we messed up. And not say this isn't what we meant. Just say, here's what we should have said. And in a perfect world, this is what our owner would have said. Yeah. And then move on and now start repairing the damage that you have done for your team, for your fans, and then obviously the entire sport.
Yeah, I know. At this point, it's like they are going to be booed relentlessly wherever they go. It is going to be a full season of signs and jeering and saying, just basically people speculating, look, there's no way you would have won the World Series without this.
Yeah, exactly. And it really takes away from that win in such a big way. And I think that's what struck me the most, Corey, about the owner's quote-unquote apology is that he reiterates, well, we're the World Series champions for 2017. He's like, no, but no one really thinks you are. I mean, It's so illegitimate. And so to add insult to injury, my guess, Corey, is that guy does not have an executive coach. He really needs one.
Yeah, and okay, let me ask you about that because I think, and this isn't a wide sweeping because we see different people. There are some people who can handle it, some people can't. But sometimes, is it hard, Roshini, in your line of work to reach rich people? People who are just like Jim Crane is super, super rich. Is it just like sometimes they just get bullish and saying like, whatever, I'm going to win?
Mega rich like he is, to rich to not very wealthy. I think there are smart people in every economic bracket, and there are dumber people in every economic bracket. And it is true, there are some people who are coachable and some people who are not. And you and I have talked about President Trump. I don't know that he's coachable. Right?
Yeah.
But he does have a game plan. Even if you think it's a little out there sometimes, he does know how to use the media and he does know how to strike a chord. Mm-hmm. This owner had no game plan from what I could see. And my guess is the lawyers were fighting him all the way and saying, don't say that, don't say that. But he's going to do what he does. And so what this shows is he is just so arrogant. He thinks he is above everything. And that is just like they need to not let him speak anymore.
just stop speaking. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to choose your spokespeople, Corey.
Yeah.
That's one of the first rules of crisis management.
Yeah. She's Roshini Rajkumar. She's an executive coach. She has a great podcast here at WCCO, Real Leaders with Roshini. She's on the CenterPoint Energy Home Service Plus hotline. Speaking of game plans, you got one for tonight? You got a game plan for Valentine's Day?
Yes, we're taking it easy. We've already exchanged Valentine's cards. We have little gifts waiting for dinner, and the hubby is cooking gourmet pizzas. We might have a little wine with that.
You should.
But his meals are amazing, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Is that his love language? Is he like an acts of service guy?
He is an acts of service guy. And in fact, he shared with me many years ago that I kind of taught him that he shows love. I opened his eyes to the fact that he shows love by cooking. So for the daughters, for me, for our families, that's really a big way that he shows love.
Uh-huh. I always love that book. Camille read it. I've kind of done the Cliff Notes on it, but the 5 love languages, the 5 languages of love. Yeah. What's yours?
I mean, that guy is quoted all. I took the test, which it sounds like you didn't, but you have a good sense of who you are.
Yeah.
I took the test, and I got equal points for words of affirmation and physical touch. Like hugs matter, cute little texts, things like that. And the hubby did have to learn, especially the words of affirmation. And once he learned that, I mean, he's very good at sending just a text that can brighten my day. Maybe it's an inside joke. Maybe it's a funny emoji. And so my suggestion to everyone out there, if you know your loved ones, whether it's a sister, brother, mother, partner, these words of affirmation, it doesn't have to be like you write them a poem or a haiku. You just send them a great text, and that's going to make them feel good.
Yeah, those 5 languages of love, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, and physical touch. Real quick, Roshini. All right, I gave Camille a gift card, a Visa gift card. Dave has made fun of me relentlessly. I think she's going to really like it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, is gifts, is that her love language?
What is her? No, hers is quality time.
Well, I'm hoping you're taking her out to dinner or doing something with her in accompaniment to this Visa gift card, because otherwise I agree with Dave. That thing alone is going to bomb.
Thank you. Yeah, both of you are a little too critical, I think. We'll have to report back.
I mean, look, again, marry it with the quality time, and you're going to have a home run.
Okay. We'll figure that. Got some figuring out to do, Roshini. some balancing
Cory,
to do.
Can I do a little plug for the Real Leaders with Roshini podcast?
Yeah.
The episode that literally just dropped, like it's there now. Jennifer Grant, and I believe you've interviewed her before.
Yeah.
She guides us and leads us and inspires us to lead with love. She's the perfect episode for Valentine's Day, so I hope your listeners go check it out.
Yes, please do. It's at News Talk 830 WCCO Radio, so it's WCCORadio.com. Check that out. We know Jen Grant, and we love Roshini, too. Roshini, have a great Valentine's Day and a great weekend.
Thanks to both of you also. Have fun.
Okay.